we talked on the phone?
No, we met in Oakland.
Oh, that's right.
I was
That's
working on a TV show there,
That's
and
right.
and you had your beagle with you, and we went to a coffee shop.
That's right.
And we just sat down and just kind of
Yeah,
talked
I
about life.
basically met him at the place that Wilson is set in Oakland originally, and so I took him to the coffee shop that was sort of the stand-in for the coffee shop he goes to in the beginning, using my dog, which is a stand-in for Wilson's dog, wearing my glasses, which is, it was sort of to give him a sense, this is what you're up against.
Yeah.
And and we just talked about our different influences and things like that and what he had in mind for casting, and I immediately felt like, oh, I like this guy, and he'll, I trust him. It's hard to describe. It's very strange to see a character that exists in this strange form on a page in a comic, where the reader has to fill in the voice and all this kind of stuff. It's a very interactive thing, reading a graphic novel and seeing it on film. Here is a guy, a real living version of that character. It's very different. And it was really surreal, and it's the kind of thing that's, if the actor isn't just fantastic and human and real, it's jarring, because I have a very human impression of what Wilson is and what all my characters are, and to see these great actors live up to that is beyond belief.
Well, I have to give credit to my casting director, David Rubin. Casting to me is utterly critical. I spend a lot of time on it. I think about everything. I think about the chemistry between the two characters. And I won the cast lottery. I really did. I mean, Woody and Laura in particular. But when you start even getting into the smaller roles, and this is a testament to how Dan writes these smaller roles, he writes interesting little small roles that actors want to play. So we were able to get incredible actors to show up for a day. Margot Martindale and Cheryl Hines and Marilyn Ricegub and Brett Gelman and David Warshawski and Lauren Weedman. It's just the list goes on and on and on and on. So I kept... Every day when a new piece of casting came through, I just was like, whoa, we got another one. And then eventually I was just like, oh man, this is like the perfect team for the heist. I'm ready to roll on it. So it's a mixture of the material, and I think a lot of actors wanted to work with Woody Harrelson. He's very beloved by the actors community, so that helps a lot.
My hope is that they may react one way or the other when they see the film the first time, but in 3, 4, 5 years, they'll still feel like they met this guy Wilson and that they spent some time with him and that he is a real living person in their mind, and they might see somebody else in the street or something, or have a relative or something. Oh, that guy reminds me of Wilson, and that he'll become, because to me he's a really kind of an indelible character, and that would be my hope in life, is that he becomes that for other people.
I think his worldview is refreshing and speaks to a truth that I personally believe. We actually intersect a lot in our worldview. The way he goes about expressing it, I have some questions about, but I don't want to judge him, And I think it's easy to judge people who are flawed and difficult and even prickly. And what I love about this movie, and a goal of mine, was to present characters who are hard to embrace, but then hopefully, take them on this adventure where, as an audience member, by the end, you recognize them, you understand them, perhaps you feel a bit of poignancy in who they are, and feel perhaps less judgmental of them than you might have felt at the beginning of the movie.